Okay, astrology update. I'm going to talk about the full moon that is happening in the sign of Pisces tomorrow, Friday the 13th. We have a full moon in Pisces at 21 degrees Pisces. So the moon's at 21 degrees, the sun is at 21 degrees, directly opposing each other. That's what makes it a full moon. And we are going to have Mercury and Venus exactly conjunct at the last degree of Pisces, the last degree of at the last degree of Virgo. We've got a whole pile up of planets. Let's just set the stage here. So we've got a pile up of planets in Virgo. We have Venus and Mercury together, conjunct, and then we have the sun, and then we have Mars, all in Virgo. Virgo energy is an earth, it's an earth energy. It represents pureness and wholeness, purity, wholeness. Virgo energy is very much about being able to discern between yes or no, being able to say like, yes, this is for me, no, this is not for me, being able to kind of cut out the clutter and just work with exactly what you need, knowing exactly what you want, what you need, having all the information, and being able to adjust when needed. And so there's been a lot of mutable energy in the sky just in general. We have so many planets in mutable, which is changeable energy, going in different directions, changing the course. It's like jumping from one trajectory to the next, just like thinking that we're going in one direction, then new information comes in and we're like adjusting the path. So okay, so we have all those planets in Virgo, and then it's opposing the moon and it's opposing Neptune. And then there's other aspects that are happening that are positively supporting this full moon, like Pluto at 20 degrees is making a perfect sextile to the full moon and to the sun. But anyways, let's translate that into English. So, okay. So fucking Virgo season, man. Virgo season has been intense. It's like giving Cancer season a run for its money. It feels like that there's been a lot of overwhelm is a good word to go with Virgo. Like there's so many things to do, feeling the anxiousness, the nervousness, like the anxiety, like energy with Virgo, like feeling like they have so many tasks that they need to complete, feeling like we need to make some big decisions, but it's so much mutable energy. It's like constantly changing, and we're going in one direction, then we're like, oh no, maybe this direction, or just like taking in and processing a lot of information. Virgo, the planet that rules Virgo is Mercury, which controls our mind and how we communicate. So a lot of mental activity going on. Yeah, and then we just have other stuff in the sky that's happening that is very rare, like the Saturn and Pluto conjunction that we have going on this whole year. So my face itches. So Saturn and Pluto come together once every like 34, 35 years, 36 years, and this is a huge fucking time. So you feel the energy leading up to it, like the year before, the year that the event is happening, which is at the beginning of next year in January 2020, and then probably throughout the rest of next year as well. So what's going on, what's coming up in this year is really closely connected to what we're going to be feeling kind of come to a head at the beginning of next year. So I feel like right now is a time when we are getting super clear on the things that we want and that we need in our lives. We're asking like ourselves this on the deepest level, what it is that we value, what it is that we want, what it is that we need. Again, the Virgo energy being able to like just be really clear and concise and like, yes, this is for me, kind of dropping the emotional attachments to these situations or these people, these things in our lives that we're either needing to like fully embrace and fully dive into, or to let it go, to release it if it's not in alignment with the direction that we're really trying to go. And I think Virgo season has made that super clear. So it could feel a little bit like, yeah, like like a shitstorm, or like anxiety, or like resistance to change. That's what I feel really strongly coming through. Like there's a lot of change and transformation that wants to take place, but feeling a really strong resistance to it because because the stuff that we're ending is super deep and karmic, like a lot of karmic clearing, a lot of karmic lessons, like karmic cycles coming to an end at this time, just seeing them more objectively. You know, that's a really positive thing with the Virgo energy, is that it's able to, yeah, to kind of put the emotions to the side and to just like get practical and get to work. Like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm feeling this one way. You know, it's polar opposite. The Pisces energy is feeling everything and can't get anything done at its lowest expression, and wants to escape from reality and doesn't want to be here, and they just feel the weight of the world. And Virgo is like, yeah, fuck that. We're pushing the emotions to the side and we're getting shit done, like task by task, little by little. What is it that we need to do? So that's kind of the conversation that's being had at the time of this full moon. Like, part of us, the moon, our emotional body, our internal world, being conjunct Neptune. So Neptune is that planet of like the otherworldly energy connecting to the other dimensions. And forgiveness is a really big thing that's coming through as well. Hopefully this isn't too all over the place and you can follow the messages that are coming. But forgiveness is really big because Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac, right? Pisces is the 12th sign, so it's the very last sign, the culmination of all the other signs before it. It's like a mushing together of all the energy before it. Pisces' kind of role here is to see everything through the lens of unconditional love and acceptance for other people, for themselves, for the situations, just for life in general. It's the most, yeah, I was gonna say like arguably, but it's really not. It is the most like compassionate and just wanting to have love for in its highest expression, being like unconditional love and compassion for all of the other people here, all of the situations that we've been through. So hairs everywhere. So that's what's coming up a lot, actually. I listened to another talk about this full moon, and they were talking about the Ho'oponopono prayer, and I was thinking about reading that book yesterday, which is a beautiful thing to kind of welcome in at this time. The Ho'oponopono prayer is, the basis of it is like 4 phrases, so it's, I love you, please forgive me, or I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. It doesn't really matter the order that it goes in, but those are the 3 phrases. So using that to, to extend forgiveness and love, compassion for yourself, for other people, for these situations that are kind of coming to a close at this time, the karmic endings and beginnings that are needing to take place, just being able to, whether it's something that's happening right now or it's a cycle of patterns that have been happening, that have been replaying because of stuff that we've gone through in the past or in past lives. It's like we're able to just see it really clearly at this time, to see it for what it is, to release any of the judgments around it, right? Because Virgo energy can be very judgmental, very critical, very like, it should look like this, you should be doing this is what's right, like this is what you have to do. And so releasing all of that, releasing like the shoulds and the judgments and what it needs to look like, and just really falling back into that Pisces moon of just compassion and love and acceptance for situations that we've been through, for where we're at in our lives right now, and for the people that have been there with us on this journey, that are either continuing forward or the things that are coming to a close, whether it's people, whether it's place of living, whether it's a job, whatever it is that you're switching up in your life right now, whatever area of your life this full moon is affecting and impacting for you. So if you know how to pull up your chart, you can gain greater insight as to what area of your life it's affecting by looking at where this moon is falling in your chart, where 21 degrees of Pisces is in your chart, what house is it taking up, and then the same thing with Virgo, so the opposing energy. So for example, if this Pisces full moon is happening in your 4th house, because 21 degrees of Pisces falls into your 4th house, then all the Virgo stuff is going to be lighting up your 10th house. So that's kind of the polarity. Those are the areas of your life where this full moon is affecting. So okay, what else do I want to share about this full moon? yeah, it's just been a lot. It's been a lot this year. It's been a fucking lot since the eclipses, since Cancer season. We've got Saturn and Pluto happening. Like, that's a huge aspect that some people may only experience once in their lives. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the last little bit of time before Jupiter and Neptune are making a square to each other, so that's going to be no more after this time. I'm just looking at the chart to see if there's anything else that I really want to talk about. Yeah, I'll share the card that I got. So I pulled a few cards, but this is the first card that came out. This is the Death card reversed. I love the Death card, obviously. Scorpio things. But anyways, the Death card reversed. So the Death is, it's kind of cool because Pluto is making, Pluto, the planet that rules death and rebirth and transformation, is making, it's at 20 degrees, so it's making a positive aspect to both ends, to the sun and to the moon of this full moon, right? So 20 degrees, the full moon and the sun are at 21 degrees. So it's a super close, like, positive aspect that is happening. Pluto being the planet of death and rebirth and transformation. So there is a big aspect of that at this full moon, right? I've heard a lot of astrologers talking about like the wiping away, the cleaning the slate, the like clearing the karma truly of what we've been going through. And so with Pluto making a positive aspect here, it's really assisting us in doing that deep soul work that we've all, if you're at this point in the video, I'm sure you're doing some deep soul work. Just trying to look at, better integrate our shadow self, right? To look at the stuff that triggers us, that brings up some type of emotional response, our self-sabotaging, self-destructive qualities, to look at them, to hold them up into the light and to transmute them, to find the medicine that is in those lessons, that's in the perceived heaviness or darkness, to extract, you know, the medicine, what we can learn and what we can change from those situations, those experiences. So with Pluto making a positive aspect to the sun and the moon, I think it's really helping us to go inward and to deeply transform an area of our life that is maybe holding us back from creating the like utopia here on Earth. Because Neptune energy, Neptune and Pisces, is very otherworldly. It's very much about like being able to receive those messages and then to do something with it here on this material plane with the Earth energy going on. So maybe it's about, like the things that hold you back from living your truth and like living your bliss here, creating your heaven on earth, your utopia here. Maybe you feel like you haven't been able to fully step into that because of the Virgo energy of like what you should be doing or how it should look like, and so it's hindered you from really getting in touch with like what is true to you. And I'm just feeling like a huge aspect of forgiveness of yourself for going in a certain direction in the past, for people that have hurt you, that have caused you to show up in the way that you are, for forgiveness for yourself, for choosing to enter into different situations or relationships with people, or just situations that maybe you knew weren't healthy, but served a purpose. You needed to have that experience. So so being able to transform the heaviness, the pain from the past, to find forgiveness and peace, acceptance with what is, and to, the Virgo energy, to discern between like what is for you at this time in your life and then what is not, releasing it with just the utmost love and compassion and acceptance and peace, the Piscean energy, releasing it and sending it back to the universe, to where it came from, which is what Pisces represents. It's the completion of a cycle, right? It's the last sign in the zodiac. So technically, this is the completion of the cycle. The next full moon that we have is going to be in Aries. So it's starting the whole zodiac wheel over again. So many things. I'm feeling just like hard to breathe, or just like a lot of energy moving through. And Virgo season it is the sign associated with, like I was saying at the beginning, like anxiety or just anxious nervousness, just a feeling like there's so much to do, an overwhelming feeling. So needing to come back into your body like multiple times a day, to be in nature as much as possible, to just continue to ground and to focus on your breath. And the Pisces full moon, I mean, Pisces energy is prone to escapism, to wanting to just like fuck it all and just escape into their own world. So just being aware of that. But you know, there's a high expression of like escaping and a low expression not wanting to look at, you know, the stuff that you're escaping from. And a high expression, just consciously understanding what's been overwhelming or what's been too much, and then choosing to, you know, to take a break, to go into nature, to be in that meditative state, because Neptune Pisces is very much about enlightenment, about connecting to the other realms. So really allowing your conscious mind to rest, to be put to the side, you know, doing different activities, or just sitting and breathing, being in nature. For me, it's like beading or creating, making things, you know, doing a yoga flow, going to the gym, whatever it is for you that can get you into the flow state, and you can get your conscious mind out of the way and allow your subconscious to flow through. I think that there can be some powerful messages, and just like an inner knowing or awareness that comes through at this time, depending on, you know, which way you receive messages. So lots of things. Okay, I think that's all I'd like to share with this full moon. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you are moving through whatever's coming up right now with peace and love and acceptance for the feelings that are coming up, not running away from them, but just being able to sit with them, to hold space for them. Yeah, to make room for them, for all of the different like flavors of emotions and stages of your life, to welcome it all in, because ultimately our soul wants to evolve. It wants to experience whatever the fuck, just in order to evolve. So we're evolving at a rapid speed right now. Okay, yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you'd like to book a reading with me, I'm not doing readings for a little while, until next week. I think I'll have readings going again. It's been a lot emotionally for me, and I'm taking a little break. So yeah, if you would like to book a reading with me next week, you can swipe up and do so through my site. I also have the beginner's astrology course on there, so you can check that out in my shop section. I do past life regressions and tarot readings as well, so that's all available to you if you're interested. I hope this was helpful, and I hope everybody has a beautiful full moon in Pisces, that on the other side of any heaviness that you're feeling is love, is surrender, is compassion, is acceptance for where we're at right now. Okay. Lots of love to you people.